Hey guys, I'm going to be discussing this VFR night cross country from Cheyenne Regional to Rapid City Regional, and I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with the I'm Safe checklist, so make sure no illnesses, medication, stress, none of that's going to affect you during the flight. Alcohol, we all know, 8 hours, bottled throttle, and making sure the effects of a hangover aren't going to affect you whatsoever. And then fatigue is kind of a big one for this one because making sure you're well rested. This is going to be a night flight, so yeah, make sure you're not going to get sleepy while you're flying. And then emotion, is your mind right, or are you feeling good? And then you're going to go right into the PAVE checklist. So the pilot is a commercial pilot with 380 hours total time with 125 hours of cross-country experience. And a big thing here is he night current? Has he done 3 takeoffs and landings in the preceding 90 days to a full stop 1 hour after sunset to be able to carry passengers at night? And then right into aircraft, it is a Cessna 172 Skyhawk with a G1000, which is great. I used to fly those. It's a rental from the flight school where he did his training, so he's comfortable with the aircraft and the airport. That's also great. And it's up to date on all its maintenance, and recently had an oil change. All that is awesome. Just making sure there's no, making sure you're looking at the dispatch sheet to make sure that no inspections are going to expire on your rate of flight there and back, and then looking for any discrepancies and making sure the aircraft is in fact airworthy. And then you're going to go to your environment. This is a night flight. It's going to be to an area that you've never been. Everything does look different at night. So that's something to consider. And then along with isolated thunderstorms and the TAF at your destination. And then right into external pressures. External pressures is a big one here because one, you're with your best friend. You never want to let your best friend down, ever. And then you guys are going to Mount Rushmore, which has been a bucket list item for years, and you anticipate a trip all summer. Huge external pressures there. You hate to let your friend down, especially because he's getting right off work. Seems like he's a busy guy. You don't know when you're going to be able to, get on the same schedule again, or even be able to get on the schedule to rent the aircraft itself. So the external pressures are definitely there. And after this, you're going to become familiar with all aspects of the flight. Everything. Weather the most legal and safest way to do it is 1-800 weather brief. Following a flight plan, checking the airports, the length, your performance, takeoff and landing performance, and the weight and balance, and then any NOTAMs at the airport, and then obviously your pre-flight inspections, making sure everything is good on the aircraft in and outside of it. So I'm going to show you guys the route of flight here on SkyVector. So you can see here where you're departing Class Delta Airport, and then you're going to be flying northeast about 190 miles to Rapid City Regional. It's going to take you about an hour and 40 minutes, and you're going to burn around 18 gallons of fuel. So that will make you pretty much legal for the VFR night fuel requirements of a 45-minute fuel reserve. So I'm going to show you guys here the route of flight. Check this out. So along the route of flight, there is not a whole lot in between here. Just a whole lot of nothing. I mean, it's 60 nautical miles to the next airport, and there's just really nothing. So making an emergency landing or something going wrong like that, that makes it a little bit sketchy. And then, there you have Torrington right there. Something to also note, check that out, Cheyenne VOR, no high loss. Up to Torrington, that was 60 nautical miles and nothing in between, so not a lot of checkpoints. Torrington VFR, no high loss. And then you have 86 nautical miles of pretty much nothing to Hot Springs. Not a whole lot in between there. And then you have 44 nautical miles until the next airport, which is your destination of Rapid City Regional, another class Delta. And then you have the Rapid City VOR there, again, no high loss. So you don't get that recorded any kind of in-flight weather hazards, which is always good to have, especially if you have isolated thunderstorms in the forecast. And then also, along this route of flight, the highest terrain is around 6,300, and then the highest obstacle is 4,000, a little around 4,100, 200 feet AGL. So you'd be flying, if you're flying north, you gotta fly odd, plus 500, so you'd be flying around 7,500. All right, so now I kind of painted that picture in your guys' head. I'm just gonna let you know how I feel about the situation. Putting myself in that pilot's shoes, I would not make this flight. With the TAP showing thunderstorms and showers in the vicinity and scattered clouds around 3,000, it's just not worth it to me to be dodging clouds or thunderstorms and maybe possibly go VMC into accidental IMC. And then in an area where I've never been at night, it's a little bit uncomfortable, especially when you're with a passenger and maybe they know nothing about aviation and you want it to be a good experience for them. So yeah, I wouldn't make the flight. Hopefully you guys can critique me somehow and just give me some good feedback. Let me know if I left anything out. So let me know, guys. Thanks. Have a good one.